Whether you're building a brand totally from scratch or if you're doing a complete overhaul, one thing's for certain: branding isn't just about the way you look. Yep, you heard it here from a visual designer. It's not just about your colors, your fonts, your logo, your typefaces, and your design elements. A huge part of branding is about the way that you sound or your brand voice. Are you funny or are you serious? Formal or casual? Cheeky or respectful? No matter what tone you use, your brand voice is a powerful tool that really needs to be determined using strategy. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to create your brand voice so that you can capture people's attention, make them feel welcome, and convey your brand's personality. Hi there, I'm Alli, brand and web strategist, designer, and developer, here to help you elevate your brand and online presence so that you can make more money in your business. But being able to make money in your business is going to be hard if you're unable to make a connection with your audience. And your brand voice plays a huge part in this. Of course, this is in the content that you post and put out there online, but it's not just that. It's also the entire sales process that you take people through. And it's also the customer service that you offer. To put it simply, your brand voice is the verbal expression of your brand's personality. So it's not just about what you say, but it's also about how you say it. It's the words that you choose and the way that your message is actually being delivered. I have some examples of brands with truly solid brand voices to share with you at the end of this video, so stick with me. First, I want to go over why brand voice is so important in the first place, because I get asked this all the time, and there are really two primary reasons. The first thing is that it helps differentiate you from your competition. A strong brand voice captures attention, but it also helps people want to engage with your brand. It's one of the key aspects when it comes to creating brand loyalty and having a group of fans that love everything you're doing and everything you're putting out there so much that they're willing to buy from you before they even know what they're buying. Yes, this is absolutely possible. I have seen it happen. The second reason brand voice is so important is that it helps to connect you with the right people and repel the wrong ones, which is equally as important. People really want to be able to connect with a human. They don't really want to do work with a business, and brand voice helps to reach the screen and make a connection with your audience. All right, now let's get on to the meat and potatoes and cover what goes into finding your brand voice and how you can determine your own. I walk my students through a simple and fast 4-part process inside of my program Brand Up in order to determine their brand voice. But before you hone in on how your brand is actually going to sound, you need to know 4 things. The first thing is your brand's personality. Your brand personality sums up the human characteristics and emotions that your business is going to embody. It's really how you show up and act in front of your audience. Identifying your brand personality is a ton of fun too, because it's how you get to determine who your business actually is. Is your brand going to be young and spirited? Are they going to be intelligent and reliable? Or maybe they'll be really glamorous and feminine. Branding truly does begin with your brand personality and sets up the foundation for everything that you create, both visually and verbally, for your business. So that's number 1, the first thing you have to know. The second thing that you need to know is your competitor's brand personality and voice. Have a look at the others in your niche. How are they showing up? How do they sound? If it's authentic to you to show up differently than them, then do so. The goal is to stand out, right? So knowing their brand voice and steering clear of the same tone that they use is going to help you to be more unique inside of the marketplace. The third thing is to gather up any of your current content that you may already have and have a look at it for consistency in tone and pace. When you're doing this, make sure to note any piece of content that has performed really well. Is there a common thread or pattern that you could pinpoint? What made that piece of content stand out? And number 4 is to know any special expressions or go-to phrases that you commonly use. Maybe you have a signature sign-off that you end all of your podcast episodes with, or your email signature. Maybe you use a certain phrase over and over again that people have started recognizing. You may hear me say, "Let's go get 'em," or "You've got this," because those are phrases that I say over and over again. My audience is used to hearing me say these phrases, and it's become part of my brand voice. These phrases are also a really great way for me to showcase one of my brand personality words, which is empowering. Now on to the examples, because there are some brands that show up with such a solid brand voice that you can't miss it, and I want to share those with you. First up is Harley-Davidson. Their voice is strong, confident, and aggressive. Now, aggressive isn't one of those words that most businesses really would like to be associated with, but for their audience and their product, it absolutely works. Their voice really mimics the power of their product and speaks to their audience who is bold enough to buy what they're selling. Old Spice takes another approach and is one of the most recognizable brand voices because of being so different in the men's deodorant market. Their voice is weird and humorous with over-the-top masculinity. When they rebranded this way back in 2010, their ads became instantly recognizable and made them stand out from everybody else in their niche. And we can't talk about branding without bringing up Nike, of course. Nike's voice is positive, uplifting, and motivating, which resonates perfectly with its audience of sports and fitness enthusiasts. They take their tagline of "Let's do it," and then they carry it out to promote an overall idea of resilience and determination rather than just promoting a product. By doing this, Nike has created an audience of loyal and raving fans that shares those values and actually fears living a life that does not align with them. Now, once you've determined your own brand voice, you've got to use it consistently, just like every other element inside of your brand identity. Now, if you're wondering, what other elements do I need inside of my branding toolkit and how do I create them? Click here to watch this video.